Durandal is very scary in surprising ways. When you get to that point where you're like, well, normally this would just straight remove these big cards. Then you have to think about, I need to swing into this card 3 times to actually get rid of it. And I can't swing into it 3 times. That's when it gets really, really scary.
BALAEN agrees with me. Instead, banning out the Daria deck, which I think
let's see.
he should do.
Ooh, that's a good early hand.
And BALAEN's Burn Runecraft deck being banned out on his side. So we'll see what the Swordcraft deck can do. It's the first time we actually get to see it play.
Yeah. Belinus is going to be very useful. Makes the Lancer... Well, I mean, if you're on the play, I think you drop the Lancer. You're fine with that, right? Okay.
Yeah, every time Hedgehog. Every time Hedgehog. Not only that, but Belinus isn't going to be able to take out the Hedgehog after the Lancer swings into it. But I think BALAEN's going to go with the Zombie Party here. You cannot allow Hedgehog. Okay? You just can't allow it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, playing a follower just gives it the opportunity to buff up. You may as well remove it right now.
Yeah. Plus, you're on the draw. When you're going second, it's we've talked about this ordering, especially if you have a 1-drop. 1-drop into removal on 2 is probably about as good as it gets. But removal on 2 is as good as it gets when you're not playing 1-drops.
There it is, the Mars, and has a turn to kind of fill the board. I would assume a second 2-drop would actually be the most ideal for LECA right now. Let's find another 2-drop here.
See what he gets. Okay. Not bad.
Yeah, it's going to allow you to swing in, buff up the attack by 1, and also avoid kind of the ping damage if it does end up going. Yep.
Yep, it's great. It's great. This 1-2 punch is such a good early start because you want to take care of the Geno because it's so big.
Yeah.
But Mars, though.
Yeah.
That Mars, though.
Very, very scary.
Soul Squasher can't do anything about this, and
he can only take down 1 card, so it's either you're going to take 5 or you're going to let the Mars continue.
I think you have to
and
evolve
on the next turn,
into
you've got
the Mars.
Mage.
Yeah.
Which is a 2-for-1.
Yeah.
And a free evolve.
Yeah.
Which is going to catch up on that evolve game plan. You spent 1, you trade back with a free evolve, and now you're feeling not so great. The only thing is, like you mentioned, where is the card draw?
Yeah. I feel like BALAEN is going to play both Soul Squashers and evolve one of them into the Mars. I think you have to get as much advantage out of your cards right now as you can because you don't have a lot. Yeah, but I don't like BALAEN's hand at all. It is just bad. You have all these cards that you want later or after you've set up, but you don't have any of the setup cards.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have any card draw himself, so as soon as he does make this play, if nothing survives, wow.
Oh, man.
Okay. Similar, I guess. You still get 2 followers out of this play, and you get to save your Soul Squashers.
I do think it is very dangerous to play both the Soul Squashers out, because on the next turn, if Luminous Mage comes out, gets a free evolve, and now you have to actually deal with the evolve stats as well.
Yeah, but you don't have the shadows to get to 4 anyway by next turn. So
that's true.
And now you don't get that big of a benefit out of Prince Catacomb.
Swing for 7. Swing for 7.
You don't get the free evolve if you evolve the Geno.
But it's swinging for 7.
It is a lot of damage.
Okay, now the skeleton gets to choose left side or right side.
And now he can actually get benefit out of this little Soul Squasher, which he should probably take. Take out the Geno, play the Soul Squasher, take out the Luminous, and you can evolve this turn. Catching up right nicely here.
Yeah. Now this puts LECA ahead in terms of the evolution game plan, though, because of that Luminous Mage. Again, you're spending this, lowering the defense. If there is an answer here, I mean, you could actually just rush with Lancer, take down the 4-1. You're feeling pretty fine about that.
Yep, definitely don't feel bad. And if BALAEN did not draw something like that Skeleton Prince, I feel like the game would have been almost over at that point. But he did, so he's right back in this game. He can supply some board pressure now.
Yeah. And based on the way that LECA's hand is playing out, he has a lull turn on turn 7 here. I mean,
another Lancer is not the worst. It's not great.
Roland is going to have Ward.
Yep, Roland's definitely not a bad option to install, especially the turn right before Hero of Antiquity.
Yeah.
This is a really nice end game. So he didn't draw a lot of cards this game, but he has the 7-8-9 this game.
I do think you need to... Yes, good. Saving the evolution. This activates the ability to throw down things like the Israfil. And just get so much more benefit out of your Antiquity, because every point of defense on Antiquity is super valuable.
Another cool thing that Durandal does do is it prevents Ektar from actually dealing damage. Like the extra damage that you get off of the pumps. Unless they're 1 attack followers or 2 attack followers, then you get a little benefit, but the bigger they are, the worse it gets against the Randall.
Yep. 4 damage is the most, so at this stage you need 5 swings at the very least to OTK LECA.
Which gives him plenty of time with that Hero of Antiquity to get some work done. Especially right behind, you know, having the Israfil to kind of protect. It feels pretty good because you're not going to be able to take out all of these followers in a single turn. It's just not going to happen.
The Hero of Antiquity, the Israfil, all of that. That's okay. You're fine with that because that Israfil heal is coming up. Ooh, and we talk about drawing into options. The Lux is very nice.
You know, I said you might not be too scared to play against his Swordcraft deck, but it's looking pretty good this game. Looking pretty good.
A little bit scary.
You know, it's funny because we don't see Swordcraft often anymore, but whenever we do see Swordcraft, it wins.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just saying that, guys. You know, you might think that Sword is just bad and nobody should play it anymore, but the only time we've seen
especially
Sword, it's just done really well.
Yeah. The few times that it makes it through.
It just seems to just get there.
Yeah.
That's all it is. You know, it does get to those top deck situations. I feel like LECA is really in a top deck situation.
Too. You cannot. The thing here for BALAEN, what he's thinking about right now is, you must find a way to trade. You have to play Ector and trade the Hero of Antiquity, because if you don't, in the case that there was an Albert, you're just done.
Yep. It's betting by Aisha. Interesting.
Yep. It only does 4. That. Okay, yeah. I forgot, it can't be destroyed. It can still take damage.
Yep, it can still take damage. So just setting up big boards, and now, okay, so playing around this Durandal really well, saying, you know what, I know my bigger followers don't get any effect off of Ektar, but if I flood the board with little tiny ones, more damage to be had.
This is almost picture perfect for Israfil.
Absolutely,
right?
Yeah. And saving both the Evolution Orbs, being able to use it this turn, great stuff. And then how do you deal with this? You have to play the Ektar into it. You have to trade back the board into the Israfil.
Oh, okay. He's going to go for the frontline play.
Okay, gaining defense this turn. Saving the Israfil for the board after this, which is not bad.
Eat, LECA. Evolve and eat. Yes. I want Korean barbecue now. Eating up, eating up.
Yeah, this is good, and this is a scary board. It's a very scary board.
Yeah. You want to go wide? We'll go wide. 2 can play this game.
That's right. I don't remember the list exactly. Did you remember seeing Lancer of the Tempest in this one? I can't imagine who wouldn't be playing it.
I don't remember exactly, no. Yeah. Lancer of the Tempest is obviously super great in this scenario. It's like a pseudo Israfil. Don't have to evolve to get it too. You just enhance it. Okay, so this will allow him to handle the board. But again, it's an Ector that's not going face. Seems like Lancer of the Tempest does not exist in this list.
Yeah, I think you know, if you're playing Sockquills and Israfils and things like that, you probably don't need the Lancer of the Tempest.
Oh man.
Hello. Speaking of Sockquill.
That's super good.
That is super good. If he was hesitant to play the Israfil before, this will make it not so hesitant. Yeah. Just
and this will allow you to Israfil, handle the board. If another Ector comes out, Israfil, handle the board again.
Still has yet to find an option to push here. See, now, this is the craziest thing about it, though. Like, right? Like, the Swordcraft deck looks like it's been in commanding position this entire game, right? A single Aisha, you know, off the top here. I mean, of course, we've already seen one being used by BALAEN, but a single Aisha can just turn this game around.
It'll do 4 and 4.
And, like, Sword just, it has to keep just drawing good cards. Because it doesn't have the value like the other decks do, so.
Lurching Corpse is dangerous. Right, this locks out Israfil. Makes you less incentivized to play the Israfil, but I think you kind of have to.
It might be a have to. Now, he probably.
I mean, maybe you can play Frontline Cavalier.
Yeah, it's still scary, though. Because you can't take out the bigger Ektar here. And yeah, another Ektar is scary, and BALAEN does have it.
Can do the enhance effect on Lancer as well.
Okay.
Yep, very nice. And evolving the Frontline Cavalier actually protects it from the Lurching Corpse a little bit. So 3, 3, 4.
Not quite.
6-10. Yeah.
Getting down to the wire, though. Prince Catacomb here would be pretty rough, I feel like.
This is really a setup. I mean, you need to handle board and have the Lurching Corpse survive.
Now, BALAEN's got to be thinking if LECA has an Albert or not, right? Because this is real stuff. I mean, there's still an evolution point on the side of LECA here. You can't really let anything survive.
Yep. Gonna chip away another 3. The situation doesn't get any better for LECA. I mean, I guess if he makes it past this Ector, it's very tough to close out the game.
Yeah, and it was right off the top, too.
Wow.
Yeah, good play by BALAEN to recognize that and clear off the board here.
Well, this Albert can probably come down and actually go board removal, right? Take down the Ector, take down the Skeleton.
You can't do both.
I suppose the safest way is to play the Israfil because then you avoid the... No, there's not enough shadows. So I think, yeah, you need to... If you play the Albert, that's very dangerous.
Well, if you play Albert, you can only take out the Ector.
Take out the Ector, yeah.
Yeah. And you probably wouldn't evolve it if you make that play.
Yeah, this will do the job, too. Okay.
Still not lethal. Yeah,
there's not enough shadows.
And all 3 Ectars have been used this game.
Yeah.
But it's just like card economy. I mean, BALAEN has a ton of cards to still play, just turn after turn after turn. That Durandal being in play is really nice. You know, having access to Albert's really nice, all that kind of stuff. But, like, when you're down this many cards without any card draw options, it's just so hard.
Yeah. And that Lurching Corpse really is a big thing.
Yeah.
Right?
If that Lurching Corpse didn't exist, it might have already been over in favor of LECA.
I almost think it's coming to the point where you kind of just need to play the Israfil.
Yeah.
Off the top.
So close, too. Just 11. 11!
Yeah, and if you do the 2 damage ping, you lose the evolution, so the Albert can't actually reach 10.
I think the plan that LECA was going for with his Israfil was really praying that he drew into another Sahaquil so that he could utilize it again and still have the Evo for an Albert, and then he could just play the board control game the whole time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, time is running out. As a matter of fact, time is out.
Yeah, I think you just kind of need to play the Israfil now. You still get the heal. You still wipe a lot of the board. But there's more where that came from, you know? There's another Catacomb in hand.
Yep. I mean, there is a slight option into playing the Albert here. You can Albert and survive another turn and force your opponent to trade into the Albert to give you another turn. But then again, you're constantly battling a full board with one card at a time, and it's not going to be easy every single turn to do that.
I mean, can he actually... Well, he has the Necro Assassin, so I guess it doesn't matter what defense Albert is at.
It all ends here.
Yeah, but if he finds a way to sack the Lurching Corpse, same thing. He's going to draw another card with the Singer.
He did not... Okay, he wants to keep the 2-1. Is that... Interesting. Huh.
Right, just continuing the game plan, and I feel like the only play now is for LECA to play this Albert, unless he top decks a Bahamut here. But Bahamut doesn't feel very good either, because another Lurching Corpse to block.
Yep. Oh no.
Yeesh.
Oh no.
Let's see, we're staring down 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. I think it's just Albert face and pray.
Yeah,
We're
it's
in the
off
prayer
the top
time.
now.
Yep. He might go for board trades here, but I think he just would rather go for the win. I like this play a lot better.
Oh boy, so many Necro Assassins.
And we're in the same situation we saw Otto aim it before. He put the Storm Follower down. He's got to top deck into another Albert to win this game. Can he do it?
There's 22 cards left in the deck. 2 of 22.
Yep, and you can't... oh, you can. If you draw Lux, then you're guaranteed to get an Albert, I feel like, right?
Yeah,
well, not guaranteed. Frontline Cavalier. But I think there's only one left.
2 Frontline Cavaliers have already been played. So what is that? Like 4 of 22? Approximately. Okay.
That's not it.
That's... let's pack it up. Pack it up! BALAEN at 3 health left. I wonder what early turns LECA could have reordered, you know? It is, again, a question of, like, when and where do you take your risks? Always going for the safest option might not be the best option in the sense
Honestly,
of, like...
I feel like it played out the exact way that I thought it was going to play out, right? Like, it looked good, which Swordcraft always does going up the curve, but then you get into these value situations, you're literally living off the top. You have to draw well, and you only have so many cards in your deck that do a lot, right? Like 2 Hero of Antiquity, I think, are in this list, 1 Bahamut, 3 Alberts, and, you know, Sahas and Israfils. So you're looking at, like, less than a third of your deck that is high impact late in the game. You have to draw them strung together, otherwise you're just going to lose a game. And it's not like BALAEN did anything crazy, right? He just played a bunch of 1 and 2 drops and 3 drops and whatever the case may be to fill up the board turn after turn and just got infinite value out of them.
Yeah. Really, the biggest danger was just those Lurching Corpses was so annoying.
Yep. Lurching Corpses are great, especially when you're playing cards that destroy them, like Israfil and Bahamut.
Yeah. Tough.
That's right. Tough it is, and BALAEN, with his neutral Forest Craft deck against LECA. LECA needs to win both of these games to move on. BALAEN just needs this one.
Yeah, and remember, BALAEN, I think, is also playing the neutral White Wolf list. Yep. While LECA is playing the traditional neutral Forest list.
And as we've seen, that has given this neutral Forest deck a really good option against these decks because, like we talked about, either healing or wards are the way to get around these big endgame turns. King Elephant, he don't care. He dropping the elbow no matter where you are in the ring. I like this, likening everything to wrestling today. It's fun.
This is the biggest match of the century.
That's right.
On the red side of the ring, we've got BALAEN.
Weighing in at 455 pounds.
That's huge.
Disastrous BALAEN. He's a monster.
455 pounds is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
Exo.
He's got King Elephant in the deck, though. King Elephant probably weighs more than 455 pounds. King Elephant probably weighs over 2 tons.
And he's got multiple King Elephants.
Yeah.
You know?
So
he's
I
weighing
feel like
in
455 is pretty reasonable for that deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weighing in at approximately more than 2 tons.
That's right. Exactly. Now, BALAEN, you know, fantastic guy. I'm not talking about his actual weight, guys. Okay, we're talking about the cards in his deck. Yeah, so we just got word that the average elephant is around 12,000 pounds,
That's
so a
a
lot
lot.
more than 2 tons.
That's a lot of pounds.
And he's the king elephant.
Yeah, he's the King Elephant with abs.
That's right. And if you've got muscle,
Yeah.
like built muscle on an elephant, we're talking way more
Yeah.
poundage.
Yeah, that's not a 6-pack. That's probably like a 30-plus pack.
That's a pack you don't want to deal with. Is what that is.
What a deal. I want a 30-plus pack. ETA, 6 damage a pair.
That's right. We actually get to see a staircase pop relatively quickly in a matchup like this, which is nice. Not going to be on turn 6 for the Beauty and the Beast. We'll see if Leica can top deck it like a boss.
Well, didn't top deck in the sword game. It's bound to happen.
Yep, neither player with Beauty and the Beast actually early, but I think it hurts Leica a little bit more because he doesn't have the White Wolf package in his deck.
Agree. And we already see White Wolf and the Ariads are in there.
So he's already got one endgame package. Now, the one thing that this deck does lack that the other White Wolf decks previously had was Loki. Loki was the way that you could push through a lot of damage, but Ariad being good with both halves of the combo, nice little bridge like you were talking about earlier.
Yes. Pre-Evo.
Wow.
That's interesting.
That is interesting. Possibly setting up to be able to deal with the Beauty and the Beast if it was the play this turn.
Uh-huh. You want to make sure you get as much damage onto the Beauty and the Beast as you can.
Always something to be thinking about. But when your opponent doesn't have it, it feels kind of bad to waste the Evo that way.
The Lyra will be able to handle it.
Do you even Evo here? Yeah, I don't see a reason.
Your evolution orbs are so high value, you know, in a neutral forest list, especially if you're going first.
Yeah, and especially if BALAEN did not play, if he pre-Evo'd that to try to counteract a Beauty and the Beast and didn't play one of his own, I mean, Leica can feel pretty confident that he's not going to have to deal with one. Plus, the staircase is going to be popping pretty soon. This is good stuff. But I think BALAEN, he's just like, you know what? I don't really care. As long as I get my White Wolf off, I'm cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And this will help because it'll push Leica to 16, which is always nice.
Yeah,
you know?
plus this is another reason why Hector's so crazy, right? In these games, like, the neutral decks have to play so defensively. Hector can just go face on a certain turn so that you can get to that 18, 16, whatever damage threshold to actually finish the game later.
Oh, boy. Last evolution orb goes into the actress, and that's going to buff up Emperor Kaiser.
I like it.
He doesn't swing in at all?
I like it.
Yeah.
You know what? You deal with my followers. I'm playing the
Yeah.
tempo game. I've got White Wolf on deck. You don't have Beauty and the Beast. I don't have Beauty and the Beast. I'm winning fast.
This goes around the Israfil, right? The Sahak will into the Israfil does not handle all the followers. It'll allow the Pure-Hearted and the Lyrial to clean up.
Yep. We'll have to trade entire board if you want to deal with it with that combo. I feel like that's your best option, though. Once your opponent runs out of Evolution Orbs, if you can clear off the board, you're feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
And you're left with a 4-4 in play. Nothing wrong with that. And you still have both of your Evolution Orbs. It feels like, in the regular context of this match, that LECA is super far ahead because of the Evolution Orbs and having board control. But the White Wolf and the Ariat tell a different story.
Ooh, gets another Sahak Will. That's great.
You're done for.
Goes for the...
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's over.
The
Size the
followers on
keyboard.
board.
Yep. Using one of the Evolution Orbs here.
Your Hector feels pretty good. Ooh, the Grimnir's come back.
Yeah, Grimnir always deserves a slot. I think people are too easily dismissive of the Grimnir. Same thing with Gruff. These cards are great.
Oh, the Sector says goodbye. Nice. I like the Arin, that option in the pocket. This feeds the White Wolf.
Yes, it does. And there's going to be a million cards in the hand for BALAEN as well because his staircase is popping. I feel like
If you can't close it in this next turn,
it's
2,
over.
4.
And he can't.
Doesn't matter if you put down wards, you need to heal. Will healing 3 do anything for you?
No, he can evolve the Lyrial, so that's 5 damage. Oh, wait a minute. If there's another Sahakwill in hand,
Yeah, he can Zeus.
he can Zeus, but there's no Sahakwill.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Sorrowful.
Healing 19, that puts you over.
That does
right?
put you over.
Does not have an evolution orb.
This is tense. Getting down to the wire here.
Oh god.
That Israfil play was huge because BALAEN, again, used all of his evolution orbs, I feel like a little too easily in the early game.
Huh.
Oh my goodness.
Hmm.
Is right. This is a tough spot. Might have to just play a King Elephant down to take care of this Israfil. That's not a bad play, though. You can play the King Elephant, take care of the Israfil, and get in for quite a bit of damage this turn.
I mean, you can heal the elephant up, right? You can also play wards in front of the elephant.
Mm-hmm. You can play the... Yeah, well, actually, you can't play the Grimnir alongside of that this turn, unfortunately, if you play the Ariat. Yeah, there's a lot of options this turn.
So if you... Okay, there's another evolution orb. That actually makes things really bad.
Hmm?
Yeah. I think you need a board clear. You probably need to go for the elephant area game plan for board clear.
Yeah, you can go Elephant, Ariat, and play a Happy Pig this turn. And if that's the play, then you have to clear board.
Sorrow is sounding to the melody.
Wow.
Oh, he goes face.
Okay.
And that's going to do it with the Zeus.
Yeah, Zeus can evolve for 7. And the Lyrial will do 2. BALAEN not able to close it out. He took the chance and played out the White
So
Wolf.
close that game.
Yeah.
Very well played by LECA.
Yeah. The evolve is the easiest way to get elephant over the top, right? Either landing it on 10 or 11.
Had he not pre-evoed that one turn, or the second turn after that with the Faria, could have won this game. I think he invested too much in the mid-game.
Yeah.
And did not save his evolution orbs for later in that game, and all he needed was one evolution orb. That's it.
Yeah.
If he had an evolution orb, he would have won that game.
Yeah. It's the difference. I mean, the value here is not like what you get across the board state in the mid game. As long as you're alive at that turn 9, having that evolution orb ends the game, right?
Yep.
It's just over.
It's over. Because you get 2 smashes with it,
Yep.
not 1.
You don't care what's on board, right? The only thing you would care about is if something like Durandal is on board.
Yeah.
Or Anisha.
And now he's going to have to deal with it. I feel like Durandal is pretty big in this matchup, but it stops all of the endgame combos that BALAEN can execute, essentially.
We'll see if it comes into play.
Yes, we will.
Oh, double Mars.
I feel like this is a matchup that LECA has to be considering, right? So if he's playing into a field of neutral force, he's got a neutral force deck of his own, so he knows that it's very present. I feel like he built this deck possibly to be able to beat Neutral Forest. Could be a pretty big consideration.
Actress down.
I mean, Swordcraft is one of those decks that has enough followers that can take out Beauty and the Beast. You know what I mean? Like, Genos really help with stuff like that. You don't have to use your Evolution Orbs as much if you have Luminous Mage and things like that. So,
yeah, I would agree. There are a lot of heavy-hitting followers that can tackle Beauty and the Beast.
goes for the Mars play here.
Yeah.
I like it.
You have to. Going into the evolution turn as well. I don't know if there's a way to remove Mars. Nope. So that thing is staying.
No. Now it's just a battle of who can put bigger followers into play. That's what Strix always says. That's why he crosses his arms, really. Yeah, he's just like, can you do it?
Deal with it.
And that,
yeah, this is going to be great.
That will be pretty good. Yep. Yeah, Mars plus Frontline Cavalier. What a 1-2 punch.
Yeah, and is able to go over because of the clash effect. Oh boy.
That's like having almost a Council of Card Knights on turn 4.
Yeah.
Like doing this kind of thing.
There is a clear way. In combination with Elf Twin Assault and Lyriel, there's definitely a way to clear out this board. Can control the hits here.
Yeah, but it only deals 2 damage at this point after you play the Lyriel.
Interesting.
He's not even going to go for it. He's going to try to take over the board instead.
Yeah, this is kind of a call-out. I don't know if it's going to pay out against Sword if you play this game.
I mean, remember, those 1/3s, they have the Clash ability that give them a power when they attack.
Yeah.
And he can just evolve the Knight over there.
Yeah.
Or this. This works too.
Turn the power of hope to light.
Yeah. Wow. Look at that board. How nice would it be to have one of those 1 damage sweeps here?
Yeah. This is rough.
Okay. Aaron is a thing.
Yep. Aaron's not that great either.
Yeah. You can only really handle one because there's a lot of damage on the board.
That was a really good pull with Elf Twin's Assault, though. Really good pull. I feel like that's what Elf Twin's Assault is now that I phrase it that way. You know, like the skeet shooting?
Yeah.
You shoot out the skeets in the air, pull! It's like, oh, I missed. Crap. Nope, I shattered it. Great.
Okay. The Knight actually remains. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh.
Double the fun here. Oh, that's right. Mars can be pulled with Lux as well, so that would have been another option in the previous game as well. Be pulled instead of an Albert.
Wow. Okay. I like it.
Gotta get the damage in.
Yeah. And I think that's very strong. Okay, Beauty and the Beast is here, but you have plentiful options.
Yeah, Beauty and the Beast here, but doesn't do anything at the moment. Not enough neutrals in hand, not 5 cards in hand.
Yep.
No Staircase to Paradise to change that.
The big thing to think about, right, is like, if you play Roland as a response to Beauty and the Beast, you evolve the Roland will do 6 and it only takes 4. You need cards to assist to finish it off, but...
And this is awkward. Happy Pig doesn't want to evolve, but I think BALAEN's really considering it.
Yeah. To be fair, BALAEN's only kind of 1 turn away. He needs to draw an area, but he's very close to doing something. He needs more cards in hand. He needs the area. But at least getting the 0 cost in hand will be very nice, because there is a world where you get to turn 10 and you have a 0 cost King Elephant with a 10 cost King Elephant. Or even double 0 cost King Elephants.
Wow, putting out the Jungle Ward in this turn. Throwing that option away. And using the Evolution Orb this turn. Really trying to take over the board this turn. I feel like it's a little awkward going into an Israfil turn, though. Basically set up a perfect Israfil going into turn 7 against a deck that's playing 3 of each.
Yeah, and no thought about it. Profit 1 from the chip. And you can save your evolution orbs.
2 of them. I think this game is very in favor of LECA at the moment.
Yeah. There needs to be some way to refill hand. White Wolf will push that ball forward, right? You gain 2 cards on the next turn as opposed to 1. So that's kind of nice. But
Rolando.
Yep.
Roland also incorruptible, in case you guys didn't know.
Yeah. Roland the Incorruptible. Yeah, this is the picture-perfect situation. Oh, man.
Ooh, Fall from Grace.
Yeah, can take out the Durandal.
Yes, it can. But is Durandal really the biggest problem right now? We're going into turn 9 with 2 evolution orbs left for Swordcraft.
There could be an Albert. There's just too many dangers right now. Oh, no.
I think this might just be an Aaron play. Like, you're just scared you got to play Aaron. Aaron cannot take
down the Roland.
Can't do it.
Because, again, the Durandal prevents Roland from being taken down from one source. Can't do it. Can't do it. Everything can only take at most 4 damage from one source.
Man.
Oh, man. The big buff boy.
This feels awful, by the way.
Yeah. And the last evolution orb that he regained from the Aaron goes into the Aaron itself.
And then, you know, just a regular played Israfil here, I feel like is just going to take over the game.
Yeah. That's tough. Oh.
And the Albert. Yeah, this game is a toast.
Yep, the 1-2 punch set up here for LECA. If you can get past the Israfil, you probably would not have been able to get past the Albert afterwards.
Yep. Just Luminous Mage is so good. You know, if there's a reason to play Sword right now, free evolution orbs is pretty good.
Oh,
Aaron's nice, but Aaron costs 8. Right?
Yes.
Aaron's a great card, don't get me wrong, but Luminous Mage costing 5 on tempo gives you 2 followers. Just so many nice things happening.
Yeah. Yeah. And most of the time when you play Aaron, you're immediately using that evolution orb that you gain on the Aaron itself.
Whereas Luminous Mage, you can leave it in play after you've evoed it, and your opponent has to take care of it. Otherwise, you start getting more free evos.
Yeah, Luminous Mage, ever since the release of that card, has been so good for Swordcraft. And that'll be it.
Well, not quite.
Okay.
He will expend all of his resources to not die this next turn, but I think it is a losing battle overall. Swordcraft did not have to use a lot of cards in this matchup to get where it is right now. Still has the evolution orb left.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll see what BALAEN can draw. BALAEN, I mean, again, even a Bahamut's not going to help him in this situation. He doesn't have a way to combo enough damage. Yeah, BALAEN just going to tap it out.
LECA is going to go on to the grand finals, and BALAEN drops down to fight out against V2. I have no idea what's going to happen. These are the last 3 players of the tournament.
Who knows? At this point, it's really just down to what it seems like who has better endgame options. And, you know, it's what we even said at the beginning of the day. Whoever can go over the top of going over the top is going to win today. Everybody decided to slow